Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. This is going to be the October 2022 reading for the zodiac sign of Scorpio. As always, my readings are very intuitive, so I'll provide you with any intuitive messages that I receive, as well as the meaning of the tarot cards. I do recommend you check out your sun, moon, and rising just to get a full picture of everything that's going on this month, Scorpio. And if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. When you subscribe, that helps me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. But let's go and jump in and get started. And column number 1, we're going to take a look at what's wrapping up and coming to a close the last few weeks or month. Column number 2 is going to be just a general look at October. We're going to do a money column, a love column, and in the 5th and final column, we're going to do a message from our future self or spirit guides, something to carry into the month of October. We're also going to do 3 yes or no questions, a crystal of the month, and a healing note for you. But let's see here, Scorpio, again. Column number 1 is what's wrapping up and coming to a close. We have the card specialization. This is a really neat card, Scorpio. This is about you having a strong skill set and being able to repurpose your skills in a different area of life. So it's like being able to use your knowledge and expertise and skills to help you accomplish something else. Let's take a look though and see what other messages we have for you. Okay. Sorry, the table is very slippery. I'm in a different place than usual. Let's see here. The Knight of Swords is our first card. The Knight of Swords is a card of worry, anxiety. This could be like grief or depression, but most often this is like worry and anxiety. It's something is bothering you to the point where you can't sleep. You're sitting up in bed. I will say something seemed to have been bothering you the last few weeks, Scorpio, but it seems to resolve. We moved away from whatever the issue was with the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is a card of withdrawing, retreating, moving on. It's abandoning. You abandoned whatever was bothering you. You solutioned through or worked through, and were able to move away from this place. So that's good to see. Again, something was bothering you, but you did work through it, Scorpio. At the bottom here, we have the High Priestess. This is a card of like trusting your intuition and trusting your gut. So this is neat to see. I feel like you did some serious problem solving for yourself, some serious work for yourself. Let's go and clarify though. Card at the top, we have the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles, well, anytime we have an Ace card, is a card of newness. With the case of Ace of Pentacles, this is new job, promotion, raise, investment, income. I feel like some of you are anxious maybe potentially about your current job, or it does look like some of you switched jobs. So you are stressed about this kind of transition. But the Eight of Cups is also about moving on to something better. You see the Eight of Cups is stacked nice, but yet the person is still moving away. The next card that we have is the Tower card. The Tower card is a card of unwanted change. Potentially maybe you lost your job and that put you in the situation where you had to find a new job or find some sort of new income. I'm seeing now more of the worry or the anxiety that we were talking about with the Nine of Swords is because it just wasn't what we had planned, what we thought was going to happen. I like to tell people with the Tower card, it's we had A, B, C planned and D, E, F happened. And that makes sense why we're kind of abandoning, we're withdrawing, we're moving on. What we thought was good, but we were almost, I guess, pushed into moving on to something new here, Scorpio. And then clarifier for our last card, we have the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is a card of feeling like there's competition or feeling like you have to protect yourself. Again, especially for some of you in the job market, it could have been like a lot of applicants or a lot of interest in a position that you were interested in. So I do feel like there was some competition, but you were able to trust your gut to navigate through this situation. And generally, I feel like things did not work out the way you were hoping to, but you were able to work through them. Again, going back to specialization and almost use your skill set to your advantage, Scorpio. Now let's take a look at our next column, which is just general, what's coming for October. We have the card Shift. So this looks like some continued change for you going into the month of October. One thing I like about the Shift card though, and something that's really important, is this isn't always just change generally speaking. Sometimes this is us changing our opinion on something. And this is a reminder that you're allowed to do that. You're allowed to change your opinion. You're allowed to change your perspective. But let's go ahead and take a look here and see what other cards we have for this month or for October. The first card that we have is the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords is a card of having to make a decision. I'm not surprised to see this because, again, this shift comes within. This is like you changing your mind or changing your opinion on something. So it's making that decision. It's making that change. For whatever reason, this feels kind of like a compromise to you, Scorpio. We're going to try and clarify that. But oftentimes, compromise is associated with the Two of Swords. The next card that we have is the King of Swords. The King of Swords is a card of being very intentional, being very strategic. There's a lot of long-term energy associated with the King of Swords. So whatever that you're working through right now, Scorpio, or this change or this decision you're getting ready to make, this is like long-term. This could be, again, career shift or how you budget. It seems pretty significant. It could be a change of what state you live in. Again, this is not just a minor change, but something that's impactful and long-term with the King of Swords. One thing to keep in mind with the King of Swords, too, is this is a card of, like, seeking professional help. So, just throwing an example out there, probably not at all the situation you're in, Scorpio, but let's say your car is broken down. The King of Swords is going to encourage you to visit a mechanic. So, again, seeking that professional support as to whatever this is pertaining to. The next card that we have is the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is very active. It's new project, new creative idea. I'm not surprised to see this because as we go through transition, typically we're leaving something and starting something new. So we're shifting into this new idea, this new concept, this new way of thinking with the Page of Wands. Taking a look at clarifiers, the first clarifier we have is the Chariot. Somebody once described the Chariot to me as the vroom vroom card. This means there's action, there's change. You're on a journey here with the Chariot. One thing I love about the Chariot is you don't always have to know where you're going, but the Chariot's going to take you to the right place. So it's kind of trusting the process, trusting the journey. This could also be a new car for some of you. There is new vehicle associated with the Chariot, but I just see you being on a journey as you make this decision and as you shift your opinion or shift your thoughts on something. The next clarifier we have is the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords is typically not a very good relationship. This could be bully, theft, violence, abusive, some sort of toxic relationship. There could have been an incident that kind of fits into the definition of this card that's driving this change, that's driving you to seek professional help as well. But again, it's okay to change your opinion, and there could have been an incident with somebody or something that's leading you to have the shift where you do change your opinion on something. And then last but not least, we have the Two of Swords. We talked about the Two of Swords earlier, so there is some sort of decision to be made. With the Page of Wands being the active, creative, new project, if there's a decision between old and new, I would definitely encourage you to go new to just given the Page of Wands card on the bottom. But definitely a shift, definitely a decision for you coming in October. Now let's take a look at our next column, which is anything related to money. So think job, career, finances, businesses you run, investments you have, Scorpio, whatever you associate with money. The first card that we have is the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is a card of being solid, practical, and wise, specifically with your money. So this is a good time for you to reset your budget, reset your spending, reset your savings goals. This is also a reminder to be like, thoughtful of what you're purchasing. Like, let's say you find a new pair of shoes online that you want to buy, but do you really need another pair of shoes? So it's kind of like that thought process of like, oh, should I save this money or should I spend it? So do be very practical, solid, practical, wise with your money this month. It doesn't mean you're going to have money issues or anything of that sort, but again, just more of a reminder than anything. The King of Pentacles is also a card of investment, specifically wise investments. So some of you could be taking on some new investment opportunities, and they seem very promising with that King of Pentacles. So great time for investments there. The next card that we have is the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is a card of family, friends, reunion. You could be getting reconnected with an old coworker or an old boss or an old mentor for whatever reason. Reunion is kind of hanging around strong. You could also be doing some work for a family or friend this month. Another thing with the Four of Wands is that this is a card of celebration. So I do feel like there's going to be something celebration worthy coming up this month. Maybe there's a party or some sort of recognition that you receive with that Four of Wands. At the bottom here, we have the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords is kind of a gloomy card. If you look, the sky is dark. The person is laying down flat. They have all these swords stuck into them. For whatever reason, you're feeling like you're kind of in a low spot with work or with finances. Again, I don't necessarily see financial struggles, but definitely being smart with your money this month. And perhaps this celebration is going to lift your spirits. Let's go ahead and clarify this column and see what other money messages I can give you here, Scorpio. The first card we have is the Three of Cups, another celebration cup. So definitely this Ten of Swords energy I think will be going away. I think for some of you, you're feeling undervalued and underappreciated, but there is some sort of recognition or appreciation coming for you because we do have the Four of Wands and the Three of Cups, which are both celebration cards. This is also another card of family and friends though. So family and friends are somehow connecting in with money this month. Again, you could be doing side jobs or working for a family or friend. But nice to see the celebration. Also an indicator that if you do make that investment this month, I would say that's a really promising investment for you. The next card we have is the Six of Wands. Love to see all these celebration cards. Woo! The Six of Wands is a card of victory, award, recognition, good news, success. So there's no way around that. Very, very successful money month here, Scorpio. Or career success as well. Investment success. Really some sort of money success. At the bottom here, we have the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is a card of being patient. Perhaps that's why we're feeling in a low spot with the Ten of Swords. Some of us are perhaps tired of being patient. But another really wonderful card. This is a card of hard work. This is a card of new job, raise, money. So lots of new goodness, celebration, likely celebrating this pay raise or promotion or whatever it may be with the Page of Pentacles. Now let's take a look at our next column, Scorpio, which is anything related to love. So think job, career, finances, businesses you run, investments you have, really whatever you associate. Oh, let me rephrase that. This is the love column. Sorry, Scorpio. Anything that you associate with love, family, friends, relationship, children, marriage. Sorry, my brain tried to take us back to your money success here. Talking about love. The first card that we have is the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is a card of trying to find out truth. There's something you're going to be finding out this month. So let's see what that is. But it's like you're finding out some sort of news with the Page of Swords. The next card that we have is the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is a card of luxury, self-sufficiency, financial gain. Very much a money card, but in terms of love, what sticks out here is some independence. So you could be single or you could be in a relationship, but I do see you having some alone time. And this is like happy, healthy alone time. Enjoying yourself, getting recharged, being refreshed there. And at the bottom here, we have the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is a card of being reliable, being patient, being hardworking. This seems especially important if you're entering into a new relationship. I see that you're like really working hard for the relationship. The nice thing is that the Knight of Pentacles is this is hard work paying off. For those of you in an existing relationship, I feel like this relationship possesses a lot of really good traits. Being reliable, being patient, being supportive there. Let's clarify those, starting with the Page of Swords. We have the King of Wands. The King of Wands is a very bold card. It's a card of being very powerful. This is a really interesting message. I'm going to throw it out there though, because that's what I do, Scorpio, is like, be careful what you do with this truth. Be careful what you do with the information you find out. I know that's kind of a strange message, but that's what I'm hearing. So that's what I'm going to share with you. It's like you're in like a position of power now that you have this information with the Page of Swords. So be careful how you use whatever information you find out. The next card that we have is the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is a card of isolation, taking a step back. Again, with the Nine of Pentacles, we were talking about that there needs to be some you time this month. So do definitely make sure that there's some you time. You need some solo time, some time on your own. So definitely keep that in mind. You have two cards right on top of each other saying you need some you time. So whether you're single or in a relationship, married, kids, you name it, at least take a day, an hour, a few minutes to yourself this month. At the bottom here, we have the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups is a card of loss, regret, grief. It's kind of these low feelings. It's on top of the Knight of Pentacles, which is again that very reliable card. It is a card of having to be patient. I feel like there's something that's not moving fast enough for some of you, and that's what's triggering some of these low feelings. But I would say hang in there. Do take some time to yourself. Perhaps in general you're just not getting as much time with this person as you wanted to. But with the Knight of Pentacles, this is that hardworking, reliable relationship. So hang in there, and I wouldn't feel too discouraged. Okay, now Scorpio, we're going to take a look at our fifth and final column, which is a message from our future self or spirit guides. We have the card Efficiency. Efficiency is a card about being more efficient. For those of you that know me outside of these readings, I work in business efficiency, so I love efficiency. With this card specifically, this is about trying something new sometimes. Like let's say you've been trying the same thing over and over and over again and it's just not working the way you want it to. Sometimes it's about shifting it up and trying something different, saving time, saving money, saving resources. Again, being more efficient, being more effective. Let's go and take a look though, Scorpio, and see what other messages we've got here. The first card that we have is the Hierophant. The Hierophant is a card of tradition, convention, conformity. Again, something needs to change here. We can't just keep doing the same thing we've been doing over and over again. I don't know exactly what this is, Scorpio, but something needs to change. You have to shift the way that you've been doing something. The next card that we have is the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands is a card of keeping and maintaining boundaries. It's a card of persistence as well. So I think persistence is important, and then the message here is not to give up on whatever this is, but to try a different approach on whatever you're hoping to accomplish. So again, we can't just keep doing the same thing. We have to try something new. At the bottom here, we have the Five of Swords. This is in generally speaking, conflict. So potentially there could be some conflict that's popping up. Maybe you need to attempt to resolve the conflict in a way that you have not resolved it before. Again, what's important here is trying something a different way than you've been doing it, outside of the norm, outside of the convention, outside of your standard way of doing it. Let's go ahead and clarify now though. Starting at the top, we have the Hierophant twice. For those of you who have watched my readings before, you know I love when the same card comes up twice. It's like the world saying I said what I meant. So definitely try something out of the norm. Switch up the conformity, switch up the tradition there. The second clarifier we have is the Two of Cups. I do feel like there is a conflict in a relationship. The Two of Cups is typically a love card. So this is like indicating, I think, that the conflict or the issue or what needs to change relates to you and another person. And at the bottom here, we have the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is a card of expansion, a card of teamwork. It needs to be collaborative to come to a solution. But again, the solution is beyond maybe something we've tried before with the expansion there. Okay, Scorpio, at this time I'm going to give you the opportunity to ask 3 yes or no questions. We're going to use the Gypsy Witch fortune telling deck. If you don't have 3 questions in mind, you can pause the video and think of them really quick. But for question number 1, we have the 6 of Hearts. This is the number 3 card. That's going to be a yes. Question number 2 is the 2 of Diamonds. This is number 18 card. That's going to be a yes. And question number 3, we have the Ace of Spades. This is number 37 card. That's going to be a no. So yes, yes, no for you, Scorpio. We're going to pull a card from our Healing Stones deck, which is a crystal to keep with you through the month of October. Your crystal is amber, which is good for creativity and warmth. It gives you like a childlike candor, happiness, and joy to live. And last but not least, we're going to pull a card from our Healing Notes deck. Scorpio, your healing note says, when we share joy and happiness, we give 2 of the most powerful healing medicines in the world. Thank you so much, Scorpio, for tuning in, watching, and listening. Please do like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how this video resonates with you. Again, subscriptions help me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. Also, if you feel inclined, I did include my Venmo in the comments box if you'd like to make a donation. But thank you so much, Scorpio, and I hope you have a wonderful October.